Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It has been quite a while since I have been on camera. It's been over a month and I just wanted to say welcome back, Happy New Year, and Merry belated Christmas. Yeah, so there's quite a lot to kind of discuss in this video, but I'm going to try to keep some of this short. If you couldn't tell by the title, this is going to be a like everything I got for Christmas type of video. So I'm going to show you guys all that I got for Christmas because it's just kind of fun to just share the just the joy of Christmas, and I think that that's something that I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that I think still need that, and I know that I need that. So first of all, um I'm just gonna kind of get it over with like the not so Merry Christmas joyful kind of stuff. So the last time you guys saw me on camera, I know that I did post a video about the week before Christmas that was showing off like all of my like my Christmas decor and stuff like that, and that was really fun. And obviously I was not on camera, it was just my Christmas decor. So I hope you guys liked that video. If you want to go watch that, it was about 5 minutes. Got a cute little Christmas song over it. So and it should be like the first video behind this one. So go check that one out. But the last time you guys actually saw me on camera was when I did my Narnia week video, which was crazy. I can't believe I released like one day a week. Not one day a week. Yeah, like one video per day that whole week. And basically, it was me reading the first chapter of each Narnia book and just kind of like giving some little fun facts about each book and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to watch that, I have like a whole playlist on YouTube. I think I'll probably just link that down below so you can go and watch the whole playlist. Had a lot of interesting, fun discussions in those videos, and I think I haven't really gone back to check if I did discuss this or not. But in a few of those videos, I was kind of discussing a little bit of stuff going on in my life, and even in another video kind of earlier in November, I think. But I just kind of wanted to be open with you guys about this. I'm not gonna give you obviously all details about my life because I tend to be more of a private person, but I feel like I can't just ignore this and pretend that everything is fine. I don't want to be one of those YouTubers or influencers or whoever I am on this platform. I don't want to be one of those people that like makes it look like I have this amazing like put together life or anything, or that like my whole life is like fun bookish content all the time, because that's just not the case. Um, so yeah, life has been pretty sucky these past couple of months. In fact, the week that Narnia week was happening, uh, literally within 2 days of each other, my mom's stepmom and then my dad's stepdad both passed away. My mom's stepmom passed away on Thanksgiving, and then my dad's stepdad passed away the next day, which yeah. And then there was like a whole week, like that next week, which was just um like juggling funerals, and they were also both at open casket funerals, so we were also juggling the whole like um having like a wake, or I kind of learned that there's several different terms for that. It's a wake, a visitation, a viewing, whatever you like to call it. It's where the casket is open and people can come and say their goodbyes. Um, and this is kind of like an odd kind of like, you know, it's a little bit of a turn into like the macabre and the slightly morbid, but something that my mom and I took comfort in was there's this YouTube channel called Lauren the Mortician, and she's this actual more like real life mortician, and she does YouTube videos where she kind of like breaks down kind of like myths or things that people are kind of taboo about, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays, like just in the history of, humanity, are just awkward about death and things, and but they have questions but they feel like they can't ask them. And so Lauren answers those questions that people have, and her content has been very comforting. and relieving to me and my mom, because like it kind of broke down like these mysterious things surrounding burial and death and funerals. And I feel like it actually kind of like helped us with that grieving process and with the whole funeral planning process. So anyway, that's kind of all the details I'm going to go into, because again, like I don't really want to like air all of my dirty laundry on the internet. I still want to have some privacy to myself, but at the same time, I don't want to pretend to you guys that, oh yeah, I had a wonderful Christmas, because even though like I've been a person in the past who very much can feel like the magic of Christmas, the spirit of Christmas, this year was really difficult with that. And it was hard to try to find those quiet, just peaceful moments. It was a lot harder to find peace this year. And yeah, but I also just want to encourage anybody out there who's maybe going through a similar situation as I am, with, just like it feels like there's a lot more like death, or even just feels like there's more misfortune happening than like, good stuff. Um, like you're not alone, and Jesus loves you. I'm just going to keep saying that, cuz like that's, you know, I feel like I wouldn't have nearly as much peace, or um I don't know, but it's kind of hard to say, but I wouldn't have nearly as much peace or comfort in my life if not for God and his son. And literally, like, he's the reason for the miracle of Christmas. So that was just kind of something that I had to remind myself of this year. And it was just, yeah, he takes up our burdens and he's close to the brokenhearted. And that's just something I wanted to, tell you guys. And, and for those of you who probably have not, are new to my channel, um, that's kind of who I am. I am a Christian, and I'm not going to be silent about it. And I'm also not going to be silent about my beliefs and my morals and my standards, because that very much also plays into my book content as well, because I am very specific about certain things that I read too. And that would go into a whole different tangent. So I'm not going to touch on that. But yeah, so if you're new here, that's what I'm about, and if you watch any of my older videos, you'll see a lot of my, standards and opinions on that too. But anyway, I didn't want this video to be too long with this intro, but I wanted to tell you guys what's going on. And, your prayers are very much appreciated as well. And I just wanted to thank you guys. For those of you who have been praying for me, thank you so much. I love you guys. And now, without further ado, I know it's kind of a bit of a, you know, quite the change in conversation, change of subject. But I'm going to talk about the things that I got for Christmas, because this was what brought me joy. This was like a small little bit of joy and happiness. So I'm going to share with some of the things I got for Christmas. And I'm going to start off with this was something more that I got myself for Christmas. So we're going to start off with that. So, as you guys probably know, if you've been on my channel long enough, I did a whole video about Hanna Sandvig and her fairy tale romances. There's like a whole like 2-3 part video series that I did about her and her books. So if you want to go watch those, I don't know if I have those in like a playlist, but I probably should. But if it wouldn't take too long to scroll down and find those videos. But anyway, I think in that video I mentioned that I am a part of her Patreon, and she does seasonal swag packs for each season of the year. So, like the 4 seasons. And this season, obviously, she did a Christmas one. And each swag pack usually comes with like an art print and then like a custom made um, like bookmark, sometimes a sticker, sometimes not. But this time she also had Christmas cards that she made. So I'm gonna start off with her Christmas card. So this is like the backdrop. This is the seasonal backdrop on her Patreon banner. And it has like the little mascot, which is Juniper, the jackalope. So yeah, that's just like a cute little Christmas card. And when I ordered the swag pack, it said that you could customize the greeting. So I obviously had her say Merry Christmas, but you could have her say Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, or just Happy Holidays, or however you wanted her to write that message. You could customize that. And it says, "Wishing you warmth and magic this season. Love, Hanna Sandvig." And she signed it. And then I love at the back, it says, "From the Lord." I'm already pronouncing it wrong, from the Royal Library of Tir na Nog, which the Royal Library is mentioned, and I think it's kind of mentioned in the Glass Gate, but it's particularly mentioned in the Frost Gate, I remember, which is her latest like full length novel. This was the original art print that she came out for this the Christmas season, which makes sense that she would have the main characters, the main couple from the Frost Gate. So it's Nev and Killian. They're in, he's in a cute Christmas sweater. She's in her little dress. So I thought that was cute. They were both like super cartoony and adorable. And then this was the custom seasonal bookmark. Obviously, it's like the same banner backdrop, but it's a little bit more, it's like it's kind of like the difference between widescreen and full screen. You remember that when you were a kid? Either it was the widescreen, no, the full screen version, or the widescreen. I don't know why, but as a kid, I hated widescreen. I don't know why I always wanted full screen, but I have changed. I have changed. I actually like widescreen now because but for some reason, I guess I liked that the whole screen was filled up with the picture instead of it just being like black bars and then like I guess I liked the idea of the whole screen being filled up. Weird, right? But okay. But yeah, on the other side is like these cute little books. And this one I don't think is an actual book, but who knows? Um it might be an Easter egg to a short story collection that she's writing. I don't know. But the red book says A Christmas Engagement, which is an actual um novella that she has. And speaking of Christmas Engagement, which this short story came out, or it comes after the Rose Gate, which is the Beauty and the Beast retelling. And this is also what came in my swag pack was this. Although technically I've had this for a lot longer. So basically, when I ordered the swag pack, I knew I was going to be getting a duplicate because I had already had this for a while now. So basically, I just kind of took that extra um, art print of Isabel and Prince Leith. I basically just took it and I actually gave it to a friend of mine. I gave her a couple of swag things from Hanna Sandvig because I got her like into the fairy tale romances and she loves that story now. She loves that book series. So I also got her a couple of stickers and stuff. So I was like, yes, I can give her my extra of the art print as well. So yeah, that's just kind of what I got myself. But now let's move on to actual gifts that I got for my family on Christmas. And I'm going to start out with what I'm wearing because you might be thinking, oh, this is like a cute festive kind of sweater situation. So I'm just going to kind of get up. It's got roses on it. So my brother, he literally, when I opened this, I was just like, you won Christmas. You won Christmas. This is it. So apparently he had been texting my mom because my brother lives in California. He had gone to the mall and he'd been like texting my mom and he was like, yeah, I got it at this store called, I think he called it um Lunchbox or something, but I was like, no, it's Box Lunch is what the store is called. And obviously he knows how much I love Beauty and the Beast. And so he got me obviously this sweater. It's got like the cute little tie on it, although you could just kind of, I'm sorry if this is messing up the mic, just kind of wear it like that. But I really like wearing it with the bow. Sorry, microphone, you're going on a wild ride for a second. There we go. There we go. And then on the back, I hope you guys are able to see this. I don't know. I can't really tell if you're seeing this or not. I don't know. But it's got Belle on the back and like Mrs. Potts and Chip. Literally, that, yeah, you can probably see why I told my brother, like, you win Christmas because it's so comfy and it's like just the right size. And it's just, I love it. Literally, like, and I hadn't even opened any gifts from my parents yet. I was just like, I don't need to see more. I was like, brother, Bubba, you won Christmas. So, anyway, needless to say, my brother blew it, knocked it out of the park. So, yeah, because give me anything Beauty and the Beast. And then also, speaking of Beauty and the Beast, he got me one of those like Disney blind box pens. And at first I was like, oh no, because if you watched like things that I got for my birthday, that video, you'll know that I had gotten a Disney blind box pen from, I think it was Hot Topic. And I did not like the pen that I got because it was like Moana themed, and I was like, oh dang it, I wanted the one that was like Belle themed, you know. And that can be the thing if it's like has multiple, pens that represent multiple like Disney princesses. But with this blind box, it was strictly Beauty and the Beast, and it has like this like the holographic image thing where it's like you move it and it like shows two different images. So this was like specifically Beauty and the Beast, and like it had holographic images from like all these different scenes in Beauty and the Beast, and it was just that movie. So I was like, thank God, I'll probably like whichever one. And so um this one's pretty cool because but yeah, so it's like an enamel pen, and it's got obviously, the enamel frame. And then I don't know if you guys are seeing this or not, but yeah. Yeah, it's got two different images. It's got like Belle at the fountain and then like Gaston just being Gaston. So anyway, that's kind of cool. I like that. At least it's still something from Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, so my brother won Christmas with that, particularly the sweater. And so then on to fun items that my mom got me. So mostly this is stuff that she put in my stocking. And yes, we do stockings. We still do stockings. Oh yeah. ASMR. So these are some items that I got in my stocking, but I think there's a couple of items that she also just kind of like wrapped up in like cute little gift boxes. So the first thing was this. I had asked her for one of those like they're like a thumb holder for like opening a book, basically. So like I don't have a book near actually I do have a book nearby, but this is like meant for something else. But I might as well. But basically it's like it helps you hold a book open. So like for example, I'm gonna try not to spoil the book that I'm holding. But yeah, it's like it helps hold the book open like that if you can kind of, understand from that. But yeah, and I've tried it out like a few times. It does kind of feel a little bit weird. But obviously I still like that I have this. This is super cute. And it's like got roses in it. It's also got little flecks of like rose gold dust and stuff like that. So yeah, I like the little flowers in it. But yeah, so I've been really wanting to like try one of these out for a while. And then another thing that she got me that I think is probably my favorite bookish gift because excuse me, I've already got so much use out of it, and it's kind of hard to I just want to pull it out of this instead of just showing you guys the box. But it's a book light, and it's got like three different oh wait, hold on. Double tap. It's got three different temperatures. There we go. And then you just double tap it. And then also if you like when it's on, you can just hold down and the light like dims. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but yeah. And then it's got like this little clippy clip which can clip to the back of the book. And then obviously you can kind of actually like kind of tilt the little light piece. So yeah. And honestly, I've been really wanting a book light like oh my gosh, a book light like that for a while because I do have one. It's just it's got only that one tone, and it's cold light, and you can't like change like the dimness of it or brightness or whatever, and it's just got that cold light. And even though this one has a cold light, I like that it also has a warmer tone, and it's just a lot easier. It just, feels easier on my eyes. So anyway, and then this is super cool. So I got if you guys have watched my what I got for my birthday video, you'll know that my mom got me a really cool Kindle grip, which looks like a little fall themed bookstore. So go watch that video because I'm not about to pull my Kindle out of its case and like show you guys that. But she got me another one that had also been on my wish list for my birthday. And it's another little bookstore, but it's more like it's just more like a chill kind of, like it could go at kind of any time of the year. I hope you guys are able to see that. But anyway, yeah, it's another little bookshop, and it's kind of more blue, kind of periwinkle toned, and I really, really like it. And I'll definitely be adding that onto my Kindle at some point soon. And then another thing that my mom got, and it was funny because like I remember her asking me this, and I just like sent her the links to a bunch of different things. So I love stickers, and I sent her like a bunch of things that were on my Etsy wish list. So I absolutely love stickers, and so I went on Etsy and I just sent her the links to all these different like stickers that I like. So I can't remember if I've talked about this before. I don't think I have. However, one of my favorite things growing up was the Her Interactive Nancy Drew games. And I'm not able to really play them anymore just because of like my computer isn't really that great for games. But I love like my way of like still kind of like, keeping that love for those games alive is I will watch walkthroughs of these games. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're missing out and you had a really sad childhood. But I just love these Nancy Drew games. They've just become a part of like, just a certain, certain kids that grew up in that age that, grew up with those movies and stuff. Not movies, sorry, grew up with those games. And it's just, I love it. I love it so much. So anyway, there's a lot of Etsy vendors that have all these really cool like stickers that are themed off of like the Nancy Drew games. And it just makes me so happy because I'm just like, oh, it's like I get a little part of this. So I asked her to get me these stickers, which these are actually more based on the logo from the books, obviously. But what's cool is this Etsy vendor. So these are the ones my mom bought. And then this vendor included like two extra stickers. So a magnifying glass and then a key that says it's locked, which if you've played the Nancy Drew games, you will know it's locked. It's locked. It's locked is something that Nancy says a lot. And it's so funny. It's become like a meme at this point in the Nancy Drew community. Which another thing that I'm going to do that I'm going to link down below is I am going to link not like a video or a playlist per se. I'm going to link a channel that is my absolute favorite. Like it is my quintessential Nancy Drew like walkthrough channel that I go to watch, and it's just like so comforting. So the name of the channel is Arglefumph, the Nancy Drew dude. And I know that that sounds so weird, the name Arglefumph. He literally like just typed thing like he just typed like on a keyboard and that's what he came up with. I have been watching him for like years, like since I was a kid and we were like trying to figure out a new Nancy Drew game and we were just like, we don't know what's going on. Like we can't figure out this puzzle, so let's just look up a walkthrough really quick, see who, can help us solve the puzzle. And this guy's videos was just constantly helpful and consistently helpful, and we loved watching his videos just as much as we enjoyed playing the games. And so yeah, and his real name is Michael Gray as well, so maybe if you just type in Michael Gray Nancy Drew walkthroughs you could come up with his channel as well. But I'm going to link his channel down below. And yeah, he's done so many Nancy Drew videos. He also sometimes will do like a mega marathon at the beginning of each year. He's actually in the middle of doing one right now where he'll just play. Sometimes in the past years, he has played every single Nancy Drew game up until the present. But since there have, been more games coming out, and also because of just like his schedule and his, obligations to his family, he won't do like all the games. He'll just do certain ones. But it's really cool that he's doing that mega marathon like right now. So yeah, he's a really cool guy. I love watching his videos. Sometimes I'll go back, and sometimes he's done like walkthroughs, like like more than one walkthrough for the same game. It's just because he's like gone back to it, and yeah. And sometimes I just go and watch like the original walkthroughs because that's like when I would have been watching them at the time, like because they're just like his oldest ones, and it's just anyway. I could talk about him and his channel so much like all day, but I'm not going to. Okay, and then this actually does have to do with the Nancy Drew games. So my mom also got these kind of stickers, and these stickers have like items that are like from different games. So for example, we have this crest, which is from the game Warnings at Waverly Academy, which is one of my favorite games. This one is the Lilac Inn, which is from the game Secret of the Old Clock, which that game was kind of inspired by a couple of different Nancy Drew games. And they included a couple of little extras. So this one is a little coffee cup from the Waverly Snack Shop, which I loved playing the snack shop boss in Waverly Academy. It was so fun filling out people's orders. And then we have a little Cocoa Crinkle bar. Well, it's not the original. It's actually a caramel apple. Ooh, it's like a special flavor for the Cocoa Crinkle bar. But yeah, so if you don't know what any of that means, it means that you never played Nancy Drew and you had a really sad childhood, and I'm sorry about that. But go watch the walkthroughs, go download the games on Steam because I do know for a fact that that is something you can do. But yeah, and maybe actually sometime in the future, like the near future, maybe I will do a video. Oh shoot. Maybe I will do a video about my favorite Nancy Drew games and just kind of talking about like my favorite ones that I wish that I could play, and just yeah, because I would like to, because I have so many favorite games from that series. Maybe I could do like a video where I also like rank like which ones were the best. Anyway, sorry for kind of a little bit of a tangent there, but it was fun. And so then the last thing that my mom got me, wait, hold on. I almost forgot. This has like a couple of like sticker things that she put on the envelope. The Etsy seller who packed this one. I'm hoping to be able to actually like get those stickers off so that way I can, use those. All right, so the last gift that I got was a DIY crochet kit. So excited about this. It's like you make these two different I don't know if they're like meant to be plushies. I know the cupcake for sure is a an ornament. I don't know if like the Christmas tree is meant to be an ornament, but we'll see. And I've been a crocheter for quite a while. So like it's not like I need like a kit to help me with being a beginner, but I have been kind of wanting to try out these kits before, and I do love trying like making fun stuff and crocheting. So this is really cool. I'm actually going to be saving this for next Christmas, and it'll be kind of like a little fun little treat slash craft that I can do next Christmas. Speaking of crochet, I guess I will go ahead and get this out because I do want to show this off. I made myself a Kindle case and I crocheted it. I have this cute little kind of heart-shaped button. And dang it, I'm not going to sneeze. I'm not going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. My nose has been kind of itchy a lot. So yeah, open the little flap. There it is. Oh yeah, I added that to my little Kindle plug. It keeps dust from getting in the little charging port. And then that's like the Kindle grip. But yeah. So yeah, I love this case that I made. I definitely want to crochet more because like even though this is cute and I love this, I did make a few mistakes with like how I put it together. So at some point I would love to make another one, just kind of improve on the design. And then another fun thing, so after we did gifts and presents and stuff, we went to my uncle's parents' house and we just had like a really fun just kind of get together with his side of the family. um it's it's kind of hard to actually explain like my family dynamics because like it's like trying to explain like the family tree, but basically we went to my uncle's parents house and they did like a fun like white elephant gift exchange. Now I will say I did not I actually got like probably like the lamest gift out of all of them because some of them were kind of gag gifts, but they were also really cool. But I feel like I definitely got like the worst one, which is like you never want in a game of White Elephant. You want like the cool, fun one. So what I got initially when I did, I chose to instead of stealing something, I chose to pick a new gift. Also, people call it Yankee Swap, which if you've watched The Office, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I picked a new gift, and the gift, that I opened was a light bulb, and it wasn't just like a dinky, like few dollar light bulb from Walmart. It was like a smart light bulb that like had changes all these different colors. I think it was LED. You could, you could get an app on your phone and control it from your phone, which is theoretically cool. But I just was like literally everybody else got way cooler gifts, and it was literally the lamest one out of all of them, and I was just like, dang it. But then it was funny because afterwards my uncle came up to me and was like, hey, do you actually like want to trade? Because and he like told me that like he actually has been kind of wanting to get a light bulb sort of kind of like that he can just control from his phone for like it was either the front porch or the back porch. I don't know if he was just kind of saying that to just like kind of make me feel better, but hey, I hope that he is able to use it. So we switched, and I ended up getting a gift that it was actually one of the gifts that my mom specifically got for White Elephant, and it was another crochet kit. It was another crochet kit. But this is cool because it's you make the Grinch. It doesn't say on here, but like on the listing on Amazon, it's like you make a plushy version of the Grinch. So this is also something I will be saving for next year. Excited about that. So anyway, but yeah, so that was like my family's white elephant thing. All right, what else do we do? Okay, but yeah, so anyway, that was like a fun time. And then something else that I'm really excited about is so there's actually a couple of gifts that oh crud, where is it? Hold on. There's actually a couple of gifts that my mom um she didn't leave them out or anything, but there are a couple of gifts. Yeah, here it is. So there's a couple of gifts that I was not able to unwrap because like one of them is still in the mail actually. It's not going to be delivered for we don't know exactly when. But so one of the gifts that she gave me, she actually like put a picture of a book that I had kind of sort of wanted, but I'm now kind of not really like sure anymore. But thank God she was telling me, so she included a picture of a book basically, and it was a book that I kind of sort of wanted, but I had started to read it on my Kindle because I had gotten it for like free or something. And I think like by the time I had like opened the gift, I was just like, I mean, I don't know. It's still too soon to tell if I actually do want this book or not. But anyway, needless to say, my mom included a picture of the book, and then like inside the box with that picture was like $30. And she was like, "Yeah, so unfortunately, like I wasn't able to buy the book because it went out of stock." I'm not going to name who the author or the book is because I also just, if I don't want to like say anything and like put anybody off to possibly this author, but maybe I'll mention this person in a later video if I finish the book on my Kindle and like it. But basically, she was like, yeah, like it's, I wanted to get it, but since it was from an indie author, it had gone out of stock. And she basically was just like, you know what? I'm just going to give her $30. If she wants to buy the book, she can, or she can buy whatever other book she wants to, which I'm really glad because then I decided, you know what? Instead of buying this book, because I'm still not sure if I want it yet, I'll just read it, the version that I have on Kindle, which is fine, It's just like I might as well not spend money on a book that I may not end up enjoying as much as I would like to. And so what I did is I went to my local Barnes and Noble, and so excited about this. So I went to my local Barnes and Noble, which had a big 25% off everything sale. And I got this beautiful, beautiful copy of The Count of Monte Cristo. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. I love this. It's so pretty. It's even got a little bookmark. And since it was 25% off, it was instead of $32, this was like 24. Also, this is the penguin cloth bound classics. And these are just so pretty. I honestly just want to collect all of these classics. It's just oh, it smells so good too. But yeah, it's so pretty, and I've been wanting a copy of The Count of Monte Cristo. Don't know when exactly I'm going to read it because this year I'm thinking I might actually attempt to read War and Peace. But I did want to get Count of Monte Cristo because um, pretty much my new favorite series, which is a retelling It's a fantasy retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo. It's coming out with book 2 this year, aka the sequel to The Betrayal of Eden. I have talked about this book before, and that is like a whole like gender swapped dark fantasy. Well, maybe not dark fantasy. It's like dark academia, like fantasy retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo. And but I did want to have this just like for my collection anyway. So hopefully I will read it soon. And also I got a cute little bookmark as well. It looks like a tea bag. I love it. But yeah, got a tea bag. Anyway, I hope that you guys are following me. I feel like I'm kind of just like rambling and saying a lot of things. So anyway, I'm going to hurry this along. So the other gift that my mom got me, what, and she also, it was another one where she took a picture on it, and on the back she just wrote, "It's on its way." She got me like this t-shirt. I don't know if you guys can see at all any of the details, but it's this really cool like dark green t-shirt with like this lighter green graphic on it. And it has like all these cool like different pictures on it. It has like a Bible on it. It has like hands praying. It also has like kind of these other items on the picture that's um yeah, it's just kind of like other items. Some of them are kind of like food kind of items. And at the bottom it says "Make America Healthy Again." And this is from the Turning Point USA store. And if you guys don't know about Turning Point, that is the corporation, or I don't know if it's really a corporation. It's like a nonprofit. I don't really know exactly how to explain it, but it's a nonprofit that was founded by Charlie Kirk, which I haven't really talked about Charlie Kirk on this channel, just because I haven't really like known exactly the things to say, and I'm not going to go into it in this video at all, really. But I just wanted to say that, um, long story short, I stand with Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk, and I'm really, really sad that he's gone. And if you're someone who is going to be very offended by me saying this channel is not for you. Sorry. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. And, you know, and if I get in trouble for liking this shirt and wanting it, um, okay, fine. That's your opinion. It's a really cool looking shirt and I really wanted it. And also, you know, the proceeds go to support a really great corporation, nonprofit, all the things. So, yeah, anyway. But yeah, and also they've been getting a lot of like so many orders anyway that that's the reason why my shirt has not even, I think it technically has shipped, but it's just taking a while just because of all the orders they've had to fill. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Making sure the light's still on my mic. But anyway, so hopefully I'll be able to get it soon. I don't know. But I'm very excited to get it, and I can't wait to get it because it's gonna be cute, and I'll be able to like kind of show you guys more of the details that are on the shirt. But yeah, I think like the whole idea is that like obviously it's it says "Make America Healthy Again," and that's kind of based off of what Mr. RFK or Robert Kennedy is wanting to do. Like he's actually, which I stand with this fully, because what his goal has been is to like try to get like really bad ingredients like out of our foods and like literally make America healthy again. And if you're someone who's just like, well, I'm not seeing the results, I'm seeing the results because I've been to different stores where my mom and I like we started being a little bit more conscious of like what is in our food. Again, we're not perfect with it because it's just like it's going to be a slow process to like get bad things out of our food. But we have noticed like quite a few items in our stores that one week we had looked at the ingredients to see what was in it, and then like a few weeks later or so, we would start seeing that, certain food dyes were no longer included in these items. Like, for example, excuse me. For example, there was these muffins from Sprouts that we really liked. It's the pistachio muffins. Love those. And they've always kind of had this certain green color. And turns out it's because they had food dyes in them, such as like, the Yellow Lake 40 or whatever. Sorry. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. And I remember like, not too many, like not too long after we had like noticed that, um, we had come back to Sprouts and we looked at the ingredients again, and Sprouts had like a message like in their bakery section that said like now without like food dyes and stuff. And we did notice that the pistachio muffins like did not have as green of a color as they used to. So hey, they're small changes, all I will admit, but we are seeing change. And that just makes me so happy that we actually are seeing like slow, like it's gonna, because it is a slow process, but we are seeing changes in our food. So anyway, that's me getting off that little high horse, that little, not high horse, it's a soapbox, a little bit of a soapbox. But anyway, if you guys have made it to this point in the video, I'm almost done. Another thing that I would count it as getting something for Christmas, but I won yet another giveaway. If you guys have been on this channel for quite a while, you'll know that I won 2 giveaways in October, and then in this month, not too long after Christmas, well, not in this month, it was actually in December, not too long after Christmas, I won a Amazon wish list giveaway. And it was like they would, if you won, you would get like one book from your wish list. And this is what I got from my wish list, which is actually kind of perfect because I literally, at the beginning of December, I finished reading this on my Kindle. And so I'm glad that I have the physical copy now because I, want to finish reading the series. I'm still waiting for my library to um, get in the interlibrary loan that I requested for book 2 because I really want to know what happens. But I'm glad that I have book 1 now. And I can't wait to slowly collect more of those, which also, cool little kind of segue. Not again. Speaking of this author, D.E. Carlson, she actually is in need of a lot of help and a lot of prayer. She actually, a couple months ago, she announced that she was pregnant, but it was a high risk pregnancy. And her sister made a GoFundMe for her because her husband and her and like her 2 kids, they homestead, and they are a little bit far from like certain emergency care, like really good care. So what they're going to have to do, maybe at the end of this month or the beginning of February, they're going to have to move to the closest city that has like really really good medical like ER care. And so that's what the GoFundMe is for, so they can have better housing because they're going to have to move somewhere temporarily until the baby is born. And so obviously if you guys could keep her in your prayers, but also like if you want to donate to her, if the GoFundMe is still live, I'm going to link that down below. If not, I'll still link her Instagram, but I am gonna see if there's like any other ways to give. And she did say that one of the best ways to support her is to buy her books. And she did say that the best way to buy her books in order to support her is if you buy them on Amazon, because she does have like a TikTok shop and Etsy where she sells her books and like she can sign them. However, she did say that either she's going to have to put those stores on pause, or it's just going to take a very long time for her to fulfill those orders because obviously she can't really do much. She doesn't want to like, do too much that'll put stress on her or her body or her baby. And so this is just going to make it a lot easier for her. So, which I think that is so cool that I got this as a part of my wish list because um, that went to support her. And I'm hoping to eventually like purchase her other books and support her that way. But anyway, all those links will be down below. Oh, I finally made it to the end. Gosh. I know, I'm like, my throat was just like, I know, I'm like, don't do it. Don't start coughing. We're good. Okay, so that's everything I got for Christmas. I'm sorry if I was a little rusty or if I had all these different tangents, but you know what? It's just been a long time since I've been on the camera, and I'm really glad that I'm back. It makes me feel so happy to just like be talking to you guys again and just like I needed that rest. I definitely needed that month off where I just was not talking to the camera because it was a lot, and there's still a lot. that me and my family are going through and are going to have to go through, this year. But I can see the light. The light is still guiding us through. And yeah. So, anyway, if you guys could just keep me and my family in your prayers and all of that. Again, don't forget to check all the links and stuff down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And I just wanted to thank you guys for being here for me. And I love you guys. God loves you. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you in the next one. I definitely have a lot of fun ideas for videos this year. And I especially have a really cool video idea for like possibly to come out in March or April, but we'll see. I will talk about that kind of really cool idea later, but since this video is already like 45-ish minutes long, I'm just going to end it here and just say Merry late Christmas and a happy New Year. I love you guys. God loves you and stay strong. Bye.